Hi, I'm Nige.
I'm JD.
And I'm Peter.
And we're Three Men and a Whisky. And if you recognise that reference, then you're probably the right audience for this podcast. So what we're going to be doing today, talking about whisky. We know there's a lot of whisky podcasts out there, but hopefully we can provide something a little bit different. We want to talk about different types of whisky and also different things you can do with whisky as well. One of the things we're particularly interested in talking about today is mixing whiskies. Is it okay to mix your whiskey? JD?
It's controversial. It's controversial. Some people don't even like to put a drop of water in whiskey. Some people don't like to put ice in their whiskey. Some people don't like to put even whiskey stones in their whiskey to cool it down a bit. But we're going to be using some expensive whiskies to try out some cocktails.
Awesome. But before we get into that, should we talk about, I don't know, what's going on? What's going on in the world of whisky for you, JD?
Me? Okay, so a couple of weeks back I went to a tasting. It was a Japanese tasting, all Nikka from the barrel, or Nikka distillery from Japan, and they were great. They were really good. There were 7 of them. It was at Mitchell's Wines, which we go to quite a bit. So check that out if you want to have a look on their website for other tastings. But yeah, I really enjoyed it actually. They had some single malts, they had some blends as well. And then they had one that had a box that had a picture of a woman in it. Because the woman itself, I can't remember her name, but she walked down the place where they have all the barrels and she smelt the only peaty whiskey barrel in that actual storage unit, and she said she wanted a bit of that in there, so they put a bit of that in there.
Well, she had a full kimono garb and everything.
No, it's just like
Random
woman.
Oh right, okay.
Lots of knowledge, you can get lots of knowledge on
this is it.
Yeah, lots of facts. What about you?
Me?
Anything going on in the world of whisky for you?
I don't know, mine, I'll be totally honest, mine is rather static. My whisky is all behind a door which very rarely opens, but when it does open, oh, the magic does happen. But let me see. I haven't had many peaty whiskies recently, and I have ventured into the Japanese stuff a little bit. I had a few of the very floral whiskies the other week. So I don't know if my palate is fully prepared for this this amazing onslaught of whisky here, but we'll see.
Peaty whiskey in the summer, is that a good thing?
Ooh, that's controversial, isn't it?
I don't know, but I was going back to what John was saying about his Japanese whiskey. I'd say I was going to ask, did they pair it with sushi?
No, they had cheese. So at Mitchell's Tastings they had cheese, different types of cheese and crackers. Yeah, so we just had loads of cheese. Like mouldy cheese, not mouldy. You know the one with the blue stuff. What's it called?
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese. Is it what's it called? Blue cheese. Blue cheese.
They don't have a goat's cheese, don't they? Like goat's cheese and cheddar. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, there was that and some grapes. So I like the grapes.
Mixing, cheese.
There's always grapes.
Always grapes. Yeah, always grapes.
Yeah.
So it's
Perfect.
What about you, Nige?
Yeah, I think it's a too early, don't I? I've not actually drunk that much whiskey recently, which is not good for something like this. I've been buying quite a lot of whiskey, which I probably need to stop doing. I did go to the Wee Dram the other week. The Wee Dram's the other whiskey shop that we really love, and it's actually the main reason we're probably all into whiskey, I think, isn't it? Because we've spent a lot of time at Wee Dram tastings down in Bakewell. So yeah, I bought a couple of Springbanks.
Okay.
Which was nice to get hold of. And that's about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's all pretty stable. I'm looking forward to this though. We've been on about it for a long time.
Yeah, it's been you ill pretty much.
I was ill.
And then you were ill as well, Pete.
Yeah, that's nothing new though, really, to be honest with you. But yes, I was, but now, yes. Not so much. Not so much.
A lot
better.
So we're going to do it now. We're in the summer. Everyone's well. We can drink, and we should be fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So what do we want to start with?
Should we start to? I think actually, I'm going to start with this that I got. This is when I did a tasting with Vatican. They sent a little spray bottle with some of the spirit in there. And what you're supposed to do with this is spray it on your hands, rub your hands together, smell it, and then you get a sense and a smell of the distillery itself.
Awesome.
Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, go on then, let's give this a go.
Is this a little bit like, COVID stuff, when all the whiskey distilleries were creating hand sanitizer out of their whiskey?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a barley,
Yeah.
get a bit of malt,
Get whiskey.
get a bit of spirit.
What do you pick?
Yeah, it's like if you had a bowl of malt in front of you, like you're ready for a martial arts competition, sumo, something like that, get your hands all conditioned. Yeah, it's just like that.
Like that. What was it? Hot shots, was it? Hot shots part 2?
Yeah, definitely part 2.
Is it part 2 where they're doing that? Yeah. For those of you who know about Three Men and a Baby, which is why we call Three Men and the Whiskey, you probably know about hot shots. So that's right age group.
All that stuff's coming back as well. Do you think they'll do a remake of Hot Shots?
No, they're doing Naked Gun, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not. Is it Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson and is it Pamela Anderson as well?
There's a blast from the past as well.
So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not.
If you've got a cinema card, go and see it.
Yeah, we'll see. Cool. So, did we want to start with trying some of these whiskies?
I think so. Yeah. Do you reckon?
So what we've got. Tell us about the cocktail that you want to try.
So, I've got a book here, 60 wonderful whiskey and bourbon cocktails. But what we're going to start off with is one of the classics, really. You don't even need that. The old fashioned. So, old fashioned, you can do it with a sugar cube, with a bit of water, a bit of bitters, and then some whiskey. Or you could use sugar syrup, same thing as well. So, I've made some sugar syrup, really easy to make. All you do with that is you put some water in a pan, you put some sugar in it, right?
Yeah.
Equal measures, so if it's
What, sugar and water?
sugar and water, equal measures, yeah. Heat it up nice and slowly, keep stirring it, all the sugar dissolves into it, let it cool down and put it into a bottle, and you can use it for up to a month.
Cool.
That's it, sugar and water, sugar syrup. So,
Easy. Easy.
very easy.
It was the old fashioned that actually made me realise you can mix good whiskey with other stuff. Because again, I was one of those people who didn't like mixing my single malts with anything. I put a couple of little drops of water in. I've got my little dropper. I drop 2 or 3 drops max. And that's all I'd ever do. I would never put an ice cube in. I'd never do anything like that. And then I was in London at a bar, naturally, and it was a smoky old fashioned, and it was made with Ardbeg. And I'm like, you can't put Ardbeg, you can't put good whiskey. It's old fashioned is made with a bourbon or something, isn't it? So I was like, I'll give it a go. Amazing. It just changed the whole thing. Changed it completely. So yeah.
Nice.
So what we got?
Okay.
We got your Fetterkern.
Yep.
We've got the Smokehead Blast, which will give us the fruity and smoky one, and Wireworks Amarone wine finish. Wireworks special to most of us as well because it's local to us, just out in the Peak District, and in my opinion, I think it's the best whiskey distillery in England. I really do.
There's quite a few in England now, isn't there?
There are loads.
There is 4 or 5, surely.
I think there's more.
More
There's
than
way
that.
more.
Yeah.
They're popping up all the time. But yeah, that one, absolutely love it. Cool. Did we want to try the whiskies first?
I think so. I think try
It'd be
it
rude
without-
not to, wouldn't
It would be. So
Let's get them poured out.
do one at a time.
Yeah, we can do that. We're ready to take this stuff out, of course. want me to just do a little sip for you? Or do you
Yeah.
just want to sip?
Yeah, just a little
Oh,
sip, just a
we-
little sip.
yeah.
Or should we just do? Should,
Should we just do it from that?
yeah.
You don't think people trolled about us drinking at the same glass?
Now you see there's a whole episode on that, isn't there? You know, it's like, is that normal? Is it normal to drink out? I mean, you know, sharing is caring, as my daughter would say. Constantly. I'm going to get these open while we're waiting.
What's that from? Showing is caring.
I don't know. She just says it all the time. Says it all the
Some
time.
cartoon, some.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, I'll wait for the pop.
I've started watching Terminator Zero.
Oh, is that out now?
It's out, yes.
It looks good
I
actually.
watched the first couple of episodes. Yeah, it's
very anime, isn't it? It's anime.
Yeah, it's very, very much. But
It
people
is.
are saying it's it's changed. Added a whole new dimension to the Terminator series.
No, not difficult to
Cartoon.
do. Really.
Yeah, I know, I mean, it's...
I mean, it's time travel, isn't it? So
I like the look of it though.
Yeah.
It did look good in the trailer, so yeah, I'll definitely be watching that.
yeah, I think it's good. What it's in so far. So yeah, that's good.
Excellent.
Right, so
Right, what do I want
shall
to...
we talk? I've written some notes for my feta care.
That's very organised, because I don't think any of us wrote any notes.
No. So this is a 16-year-old from 2020. Now, what they're doing with this is they're releasing each year different styles of 16-year-old. So this one in 2020 will just be unique to that particular edition. So this is chocolate malted barley, first fill American ex-bourbon cask, and then enhanced with a combination of Oloroso and Paolo Cortado, easy for me to say, sherry casks. So it has those kind of sherry flavours to it as well. I've got down here the second release in 2021. That was a first fill Oloroso, refill Oloroso, and then first fill Paolo Cortado sherry butt. The third release, 2022, that's first and second fill Oloroso, Pedro Jimenez.
My fave.
Good old Pedro, an ex-bourbon. And then the fourth release, 2023, ex-port pipes and fully matured ex-bourbon. So I've tried a couple of them. I think they're all great, but you can't get that anymore. Just it's nowhere. But the American bourbon cask will give you honey, vanilla, things like that. Your sherry gives you your spices, your fruits, raisins, your dates as well. So when you smell it, you get your vanilla, you get your ginger, you get all of that kind of sense on it. And then when you taste it, you get banana, chocolate, caramel, stuff like that.
Are you getting those things?
That's apparently that's what you get.
Well, the people often say that certain whiskies smell of fruitcake. It's got some element of that, not so much as the darker, stronger whiskies, but it's definitely there. The combination of fruit, I'd say.
Good winter whiskey.
And ginger, yeah.
But yeah, I found a litre bottle, snapped it up. Supposedly the litre bottles, you can only get them in duty free, can't you? Litre bottles. Maybe.
Yeah, normally, yeah. But yeah, the annoying thing about those is they rarely fit on the shelves.
Yes.
Tall bottles.
Really, what? Fit on the shelf?
Fit on the
Yeah.
shelves, tall
Ah,
bottles.
Look at that, you get more of them.
Yeah, you have to adjust your IKEA shelving.
I know, that is the main problem. It's a genuine first world problem.
Yeah.
So,
Smokehead.
other one, Smokehead. Smokehead, I picked this one because, again, talking about the whole Ardbeg experience with an old fashioned, I wanted to do a PT1, something a bit smoky, but I was like, well, I don't want to do one of the obvious, kind of Islay whiskies. Although Smokehead is from Islay, they are pretty well known now in terms of what they do. That it's Ian MacLeod distillers. They they take other companies, other distillers' casks, and they create their own thing. Smokehead is an Islay whiskey generally. This one is Oloroso, so it's a big sherry bomb, sherry smoky bomb, designed to be, again, really fruity. Should be really fruity, but not so peaty that it completely blows your head off. A little bit like a Lafroy would, or a Lagavulin. But this one was actually a tasting. We did that tasting last year, and there were a few. Well, we tried a whole load of Smokeheads, and this was the one that, to be honest, I could have bought about 4 bottles from that. And it was a phenomenal tasting. But this is the one that really, it was just very different, different to what I was expecting. So, yeah. There is.
Yeah,
I love the colour as well.
With Smokehead, you see that kind of bottle and that design. You'd think, oh my god, I'm never going to pick that one up because
it's not. It's great name, is it?
Yeah. So you don't think that, but they wanted to be controversial. They wanted to be, because it was the whole thing about being everyone's a something head, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, well, mainly drugs to do with that, isn't it? But like pothead, and with this, it's a smokehead. So people are smokeheads. That's
enthusiasts for smoke. It's quite a stark picture, isn't it? It's quite clean and bright, really. It's set apart from the traditional bottlings. It's got a lot of information on it. It's got everything you need on there. But yeah, this is more like what you see.
You compare that. That's quite boring, isn't it?
Well, at the risk of being blasted, it's kind of taken the brewdog approach, really.
Well, I mean, whiskey has become. I mean, we were quite rare when we started drinking whiskey. We started drinking whiskey like 15, 20 years ago when we started doing tastings, and we were, if you remember, when we used to go to those tastings, first ones we went to, we were the youngest people by far in the room, and like by a generation. It's like everyone else was in their 60s and we were all in our 20s, but now whiskey it's massive amongst younger people, and so they've got to appeal to a wider audience, and I think the brewdog thing is a really good call, but no, something I love about this one as well is the fact that it's just, I mean, you can try it everyone, it's just very, when you have a really peaty whiskey and you put it up to your nose, and it just takes over everything.
Yeah.
Whereas you spend a bit, you linger with this one, you spend a bit of time, you get the smoke, the peat there, but you get the similar thing, you get that fruitiness really coming through. So, I love it.
I love it. Another naked gun.
This is why they can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm look. I have a lot of time for Liam Neeson. Respect the guy a lot. Maybe not his recent work. I don't know. But he's no. You can't replace Leslie Nielsen.
Can
you can't replace him.
Can he do it? What's the film that he was in? Where he hunts him down.
What, Taken?
Taken. You can't do a Taken like monologue in he's going to do something like that, isn't he?
It just, I mean, he can do. I have seen him do comedy. He's done comedy earlier in his career and stuff, and he is pretty funny. But Leslie Nielsen, come on,
you can't beat Leslie.
He's one of the greats, one of the absolute greats.
What's kind of nice about the Smokehead one is it burns all the way down. That one, it's a very, it's like a fierce wall of heat. It's really warmish.
Well, I love the way they describe it, don't they? Because they literally put on the bottle a whiskey that's more explosive than an Armada Cannonball. I mean, I don't know who comes up with this stuff.
I've not tried an Armada.
I mean,
Cannonball,
but yes.
I'd say it's even slightly harsher than the. Not harsh is probably not the right word, but Smokehead. I had a Smokehead. I think Sherry Bomb. I think was the one I bought, and that was not quite as explosive as this. No, definitely not. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see if this one totally dominates the flavour profile of a cocktail.
That's one of the reasons for trying it. The other thing, of course, we've done, which is really, kind of against the rules, is we're going to go. You normally put your PT ones last, right? And we're then going to go onto an Amarone wine finish. But hey, it's how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
Not like that.
Do you want to talk about that one, mate?
What can I say about this? Not very much.
What does it say on the bottle?
It says Amarone wine. What is Amarone wine?
Is it dessert wine?
Probably.
It's isn't it Italian?
Yeah, Italian
Let's
dessert
read
wine,
it.
isn't it?
Let's read what it says. So yeah, obviously from Wireworks, quite near to us. Distillery located in the former Wireworks, part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Didn't know that. Great place of innovation and passion for great products. This DNA is at the heart of our approach to creating great flavour in whisky making.
Nice.
So yeah, part of that very the wonderful countryside of
I
Derbyshire.
noticed as well, it's higher percentage volume alcohol.
What was that? 54.1. You're right, which is a curious mix of it being lightly peated as well. So yeah, like something a bit stronger now and then.
Oh, that's so different. So different that. Because it's whereas that gives you a punch. Even though that is stronger, that one is just it's subtlety everywhere.
So what you're saying is that's Muhammad Ali and that's Mike Tyson. Or did Muhammad Ali was quite big punches, didn't he? But
I mean, you know, I
I
wouldn't have taken one. You know, I mean,
you wouldn't have stood for any of that.
But yeah, Wireworks. I've already said it. Wireworks is one of my favourites at the moment. I've bought quite a few bottles from them when they come out because they haven't done a bad one.
Mm.
You know, every distillery, you know, screws up occasionally or does something that isn't to your taste, but everything Wireworks has done has just been amazing.
Well, we went there, didn't we, for a tasting with the wee dram.
When they first opened.
When they,
Oh,
when
before
they-
it opened.
before they-
Before it opened.
Yeah.
So we went there and they had the barrels and we were sat around the barrels and we went round the building, didn't we? Got a little tour and we saw their gin maker. And then we tried, didn't we try some? I'm sure we tried some.
We tried some
Yeah,
new make.
new
We tried some
make.
new make.
Also,
Yeah,
that
that
was like 2 years old.
That was like
Very nice
really
new make.
good, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I could have guzzled that. Yes.
And then we did the tasting there. But yeah, that was unique. A unique tasting at Wireworks.
That's really drinkable for the percentage. It's like kind of like caramel, pepper, kind of very distinctive aftertaste on that one.
Mm.
Very nice.
That's good. And I should have given it its proper name as well because it is the White Peak Distillery. But everyone just calls them. Everyone just calls them White because that's what they make. They make White
And the
Works.
bottle as well, like it's got
Oh yeah.
little wires.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the wire.
yeah. But again, that's part. I mean, yeah. How many times do we talk about kind of what pulls you in? It's the
And actually, just going back to the bottle here, Vatican, do they have the water going down? And that's what
that's what that represents, isn't it?
They
Yeah,
have
that's
water
the,
going over their stills.
so everyone's got their everyone's got their
and
things.
Smokehead, you can't even see it.
Yeah. Which is another thing that's quite
that's
controversial as well.
controversial,
It's
isn't
like
it?
people like to be able to look in the bottle and see what it's like, but they don't care. And I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right then, so cocktail time. You need a glass, so we've got a glass. That is a very nice cup. I'm
I'm not entirely sure where that's come from.
No?
It looks like another decade.
Well, that too, but I mean, yeah, I'm not like we don't have 4 of these, so I'm not entirely sure how I've ended up with this. But anyway, it's fine. It's a good
Some
meeting.
London bar,
Good meeting. I don't know.
some place.
I
maybe.
could not possibly comment on such things.
So this is the sugar syrup. It's lovely. It's just
Sugar.
water and sugar.
Awesome.
You love that.
I mean, yeah, I would be bouncing.
So this is where it is a case of just trial and error, really. So I think
So there's not a particular measure.
no. I think
more.
I think
Cast and loose.
you can kind of feel it.
Alright.
You can feel it. I think you can feel it.
That's what all the cocktail makers.
Those are the best. Those are the best barmen, aren't they? Or bar people.
The ones that just feel it.
Just
I wish they'd just feel it while they're pouring me a drink.
No, exactly. But these are cocoa bitters, so you can get different types of bitters, but these are specifically Trinitario, I can't say it.
Trinitario.
There you go.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, cocoa nibs. And this is, it's a spice. It's effectively like a spice that goes in it.
All right.
And it is alcoholic. I think it's 45%, is it, or something? It says it's somewhere. 48%. So you don't put much of this in. If you don't have sugar syrup, you can use a sugar cube or a bit of sugar, and you just literally pop a couple of smashes in. That's it.
Okay.
From that, and then
we need to remember this when we do on.
Pop in a bit of whiskey.
Well, we're all making them.
So do your
feta first. Okay, so this is the feta. Pop in a little bit of whiskey. And that is it.
I'm loving the fast and loose approach.
That's an old-fashioned, but I would say that it's more of a new-fashioned because it's using cocoa, Angostura bitters, and also cocoa malted or chocolate malted barley as well. So
Awesome.
There we go.
Cool. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Right. So
just like that.
three of the same cocktail, exactly the same cocktail, slightly bigger measures.
Yeah.
But 3 different whiskies.
Yeah.
Cool. So, why works?
Feta
and Smokehead.
Smokehead.
Cool. Should we have a try?
Yeah.
Just jump on in. Yeah, it completely takes a lot of the peat out. It's like
that hasn't got peat. That's
that's the fat can, isn't it? That'll be why. See, I've learned something new. Has that got any peat in it?
Yeah, I have to say that just have the peat in. It's
how does the peat come through?
It's like if you're walking down a gravel path and it's got like a layer of sand on the top. It's like it comes to the front of the taste.
Because you described the peat in, or the smokiness in the Smokehead as like all the way down, right? So
yeah, it's definitely shallower because you've got the sugar at the bottom. Yeah, definitely. It's I'd say that's pretty balanced, that one. I'd say. I mean, it works with this peatiness. So I don't know what do you think.
Yeah. Again, so different. I mean, again, you've still got the sweetness of those bitters coming through, the sugar coming through. It's just got a different tang. It's just like a different tang to it.
Yeah, I mean the Smokehead had some of the sweetness in it as well at the start, didn't it? It seems to complement it quite well, I think.
Quite good. And that smoke just fills my mouth actually afterwards.
Yes.
I think the amorena gets lost in that.
See, there's a slight peatiness there because that is actually lightly peated, the white works, and that comes through. But yeah, there's no the subtlety that the whiskey had has kind of been lost, right?
Yeah.
Definitely disappeared from the nose.
Try those.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of heat, but
yeah,
the smokiness is evaporated.
That could do with some peat.
Yeah.
A little bit of peat maybe.
Yeah. It's
seems quite rounded. I didn't think you were going to say that, to be honest.
But if you don't like peaty whiskey, surely you go for that one.
You would go for that one if you don't like.
Yeah, like I could imagine like that. I could easily imagine giving to someone who was just getting into whiskey, who was quite new to whiskey, hadn't didn't really like the either the sherry bombs or the peaty ones, something like that. Because again, that's the other reason to mix. Is it's a way to introduce people, because it is a pretty harsh taste first time you go there. Like pretty harsh on you. It's 40 odd percent plus. Yeah, I tried the.
I have. I think that.
Yeah, you think that one?
I think that.
I think that one.
But as you say, that's what I would navigate towards. That one would be for.
Oh, what's your intro?
Intro.
And
I think that works better as a whiskey on its own.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with that.
I don't know. I think this one is definitely yes. If you like your peat, but this one feels more classically like a cocktail. If I went to a bar and asked for this is taste how I'd expect it to taste.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's peat aside. It's still, whether it's to do with the mixing or the whiskies we chose or how it's turned out. This one. The whiskey taste is still balanced in there the best. This one has got the peat on the top. This one is still very nice. I don't know. I'd probably go with that one first. This one's a very close second for me.
So old fashioned, new fashioned, not fashioned
not
at all.
Not fashionable.
Yeah, old fashioned.
Which is a shame because we love our fireworks, but you know.
But that's where fireworks works on its own.
It does.
Yeah,
very good.
Perfect. That's good. So Naked Gun.
We're not happy.
We don't want to watch it.
No. Well, I mean, I'll watch it because I'm a hypocrite. Of course, I'll watch it because I'll have to. Because I don't, I'm not. As much as I do criticise things I haven't watched occasionally, I do try to watch them so I can, be honest about it and go in with gritted teeth.
Yeah.
I probably won't see it at the cinema.
Okay.
I will probably watch it.
Don't you want to see those jokes brought up to the modern age?
On a big screen.
On the big screen.
Hey, we went to see Naked Gun on the big screen.
We did,
A
yes.
few last year, was it?
Yeah.
Yes, that was good.
That was great.
Love it.
Love it.
Love it.
That was the wrong film, but second film.
That's the
Wasn't
second one.
That was the second one. Okay.
I love it. Cool. Is there anything you wouldn't mix with whiskey? Drink wise. Is there anything that you think? So if we got out a can of Coke, would you mix Coke with a single malt? I mean, you might not because I know you're not.
I don't have Coke, so would I do
Pepsi Max.
lemonade, Pepsi Max, lemonade, 7-Up,
Lemonade, 7-Up, Lilt.
Mountain Dew?
I'd do Mountain Dew. Anyway.
I think I'd do this at Mountain Dew. I think Mountain Dew is a step too far myself.
Yeah, you think it's sacrilege? There are so many people who would. I mean, there is that story of that whiskey tasting that we did. It was a Zoom whiskey tasting, and it was through Spirits Embassy.
Okay.
One of those,
Yeah.
and it was. I'm trying to remember who it was now, but they gave us some of the spirit in the bottles that they sent us. They sent us some new make.
Yep.
And
I felt shortchanged on that. Actually.
Well, yeah, when you first opened the box, it's like, one of them's you're giving us new make. That's crap. But we tried the new make, and it was like, oh yeah, that's actually. It's probably the first new make I've drunk where I was like I could actually drink that neat because it wasn't as alcohol, it wasn't as high alcohol as a lot of new makes, and I think it was the next day I had it Coke because I think I said to you, I was like you could drink that with a mixer and it was bloody gorgeous. It was really nice with Coke, and that was a new make, and if we could remember which distillery it was.
Is that many?
But we've done too many tastings.
I remember at some point.
And it was superb. But no, to be fair, I wouldn't probably put Coke in any of my single malts, I don't think. Unless it's something that I felt disappointed with. Like, I do have a few bottles that I've bought and I've tasted afterwards and I've been like, you know what, I'm not into this. And so I can use it for a mixer.
Do you think, has he got Coke in this Jamaican?
Oh, probably, I mean, you would think so.
Cola, page 92.
Yeah, of course, other brands are available.
Page 92.
Frozen Thai.
Frozen Thai.
Whiskey
Coke.
Give that a go.
This cocktail contains both Thai whiskey and bourbon, but only one of those ingredients is actually whiskey. Thai whiskey is actually closer to a rum, as it's made from 95% sugar and 5% rice, which is then flavoured with local herbs and spices for a spirit that is uniquely Thai.
Yeah, but you can get in Kavalan Thai.
Yeah.
Cameron,
no,
no,
that's
it's Europe.
Thai.
isn't it?
Oh no, it's
Taiwan.
Taiwanese.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there we go.
Mm.
So they're not committing to the idea that it's true whiskey
No.
that you're putting with your Coke. So maybe not. Maybe not.
Thank you very much for joining us on this Whisky Odyssey. As you can see, Nigel's enjoying our pick.
I'm happy. I'm after work tomorrow.
3 great specimens. So yeah, and I'd say tune in next time to find out what that amazing new make spirit was that Nigel drank in the days of yore. Okay. So see you next time. Thank you.
Brilliant.